Graduates, guests and colleagues, my name is Sharon Oakley and I am delighted to welcome you to graduation. I have a few announcements to make before we begin so that you can relax and enjoy the ceremony. Graduands, an easy job to start with. Please check that your seat number matches the number on your ticket, because you will be called to the stage in this order. If you discover that these do not match, our team of stewards can help you locate the correct seat. At the appropriate time, you will be invited by the stewards to stand and make your way to the foot of the stairs, ready to head up the stairs and across the stage. All very straightforward. There are two key things that make for a seamless ceremony. Firstly, as soon as the person ahead of you begins to cross the stage, please make sure that you make your way up the stairs. Please don't wait until they have passed across the stage before you reach the top of the stairs. Secondly, don't let pride and excitement overwhelm you so much that you forget to pick up your degree parchment after you have crossed the stage. If you do, please don't worry, you will still have graduated. But don't try to go back, because you will collide with someone coming the other way. Instead, please visit the graduation information desk in the exhibition center, where you collected your gown and tickets, 30 minutes after the ceremony to collect your parchment. At the end of the ceremony, graduates are asked to process out of the hall, directed by the stewards. Family and friends, the stewards will show you to the exits once the graduates have left the hall. If the fire alarm should sound at any point, please remain in your seats. Instructions will be given and we will escort you to the nearest exit. As graduates, you will join an international community of over 123,000 York alumni in 183 countries. The York Global Alumni Association organizes many events, networks, and services designed to help you make connections with other alumni across the world and to boost your career prospects. Please visit the alumni stand and photo booth in the exhibition center after the ceremony, where you can pick up your graduation welcome gift to the Alumni Association. As you get your first job or take up further study or training, please remember to keep us in touch with what you're doing. Understanding the career paths that you will take will help us provide the right information and support for current students and make sure that we offer graduates like you relevant information and opportunities. Finally, please turn off your mobile phones, and will you now all please stand?
I declare this congregation open for the conferment of awards upon all graduands. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of York. Welcome to Central Hall, this iconic building. My name's Charlie Jeffery. I'm the Vice-Chancellor of the university. It's wonderful to be able to welcome you on such a glorious day. For those of you unfamiliar with the climate here in York, it's always like this. Now, graduation ceremonies are such special occasions. They're both a celebration of our graduands' achievements, and they're also a moment of transition, with all the excitement and anticipation that comes with our graduates moving on into the next phase of their lives. So we're delighted that friends and family of our graduands can be with us to witness this ceremony and join in this celebration today. Some of you are local to York, others have come from around the UK, others still have travelled to us from many countries from around the world. You're all very welcome. And I should add a special welcome to baby Dax. One of our graduands gave birth yesterday, and I'm delighted to say she's here, and so is baby Dax, so a welcome to you all. We know also that some who are special to our graduands are unable to be present today. We hope that many of them will be able to celebrate at distance via the webcast of this ceremony. And we will now commence the ceremony.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Archaeology, for research in digital archaeological ethics and video games, L. Megan Dennis. For research on branding barbarians, Paul Edward Montgomery Marires. For research in proteomic analysis of paleontological samples, Samantha Presley. For research in the Igbo Village Square and heritage in Nigeria, John Ugwuani. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Conservation Studies, for research in heritage conservation and the building crafts, Sophie Norton. For the degree of Master of Arts in Archaeology of Buildings, Cara Allison. Alexandra Bailey. Janine Buckley. Catherine Freeman. Caitlin Jones. Claire Medina. George Newth. Eleanor Pitt. Hannah Reynolds. Richard Thompson. Elizabeth Vasquez. For the degree of Master of Arts in Conservation Studies, Sarah Askham. Alexandra Best. Kelsey Blaine. Emily D. Emma Sharp. For the degree of Master of Arts in Conservation Studies Historic Buildings, Manasseh Atcher. Christopher Bradley. Joanne Chandler. Felix Charteris. Prajakta Deshpande. Gavin Duffy. Joseph Empsall. Daniela Formosa. Jenna Manders Wild. Shafali Modi. Terence Moran. Thomas Pearce. Abhilasha Sharma. For the degree of Master of Arts in Cultural Heritage Management, Rachel Arbery. Ria Bagshaw. Joshua Di Giorgio. Lucille Jeffery. Megan Mackay. Katie Robertson. Emily Sanderson. Elizabeth Short. Christopher Smallwood. Ruth Smart. For the degree of Master of Arts in Field Archaeology, Caitlin Kingston. Emma Swift. For the degree of Master of Arts in Funerary Archaeology, Siobhan McCarthy. Alicia Mackenzie. Alicia Meadows. Carly Milburn. Geordie Nasky. Daniel Stephen Shaw. Caitlin Wakefield. For the degree of Master of Arts in Historical Archaeology, Kira Charlie. Drury Graham. Carl Henderson. For the degree of Master of Arts in Material Culture and Experimental Archaeology, Jessica Neon Bent. Jim Glazard. For the degree of Master of Arts in Medieval Archaeology, Federica Benedetti. Stephen Lonsdale. Lydia Prosser. For the degree of Master of Arts in Mesolithic Studies, Paul Tomany. For the degree of Master of Arts in Prehistoric Landscape Archaeology, Sally Derrett. Ian MacDonald. Peter Moore. Caitlin O'Neill. For the degree of Master of Science in Archaeological Information Systems, Kirsty Ackland. Sophie Boyjeva. Catherine Kea Bissonette. Leslie Collett. Jet Janssen. For the degree of Master of Science in Bioarchaeology, Amy Allen-Jones. Jane Baston. Sarah Bowe. Eleanor Chambers. Christy Shavenka. Georgina Daly. Fiona England. Thomas Fox. Gabriel Marin. Patrick O'Brien. Charlotte Oxborough. Lindsay Pascalin. Danielle Peter. Simona Scifano. Kelly Tappager. For the degree of Master of Science in Digital Heritage, Emmeline Batchelor. Charlotte Bishop. Michael Cooling. Julian Lee. Eleni Matanopoulos. Michaela Morello. Kristen O'Connor. Rebecca Roche. Michaela Vashkova. For the degree of Master of Science in Early Prehistory and Human Origins, Charlotte Dobson. Anya Rhodes. Courtney Sinclair Miller. For the degree of Master of Science in Funerary Archaeology, Kimberly Noon. For the degree of Master of Science in Material Culture and Experimental Archaeology, Kareem Baltz. For the degree of Master of Science in Zoo Archaeology, Megan Leake. For the degree of Postgraduate Diploma in Conservation Studies, Historic Buildings, Sheila Overton. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Archaeology, Oliver Peters. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Archaeology and Heritage, Hermione Elderton. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Bioarchaeology, Jessica Bates.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in English. For research in fictional encounters with Rumi, Poner Alte. For research in Tudor Rebellion and Rhetoric, Jonathan McGovern. For research in literature and the public sphere in the Internet age, Daniel South. For the degree of Master of Arts by Research in English, Ruth Starton. For the degree of Master of Arts in Culture and Thought after 1945, Chelsea Davey. Chloe Harvey. Eddie Casero. Amy Muckesy. Francesca Notton. Alexander William Fox Watson. For the degree of Master of Arts in 18th Century Studies, Katie Crowther. Charlotte Googe. Catherine Holdsworth. Ellie Louise Kidger. Holly O'Connell. For the degree of Master of Arts in English Literary Studies, Martha Blow. Miles Cameron Dunnett. Hannah Meckler. Rebecca Milburn. For the degree of Master of Arts in Film and Literature, Dominic Beards. Zoe Buckton. Henry Dyer. Emily Taylor. Mia Treadwell. For the degree of Master of Arts in Global Literature and Culture, Colleen Creef. Emma Trivedi. For the degree of Master of Arts in Literature of the Romantic Period 1775 to 1832, Francesca Killoran. Shan Wilkinson. For the degree of Master of Arts in Medieval Literatures and Languages, Mo Foreman. Casey Gaylor. Kirsten Ogilvie. Katie Riley. Sabrina Stickney-Morris. Bard Swallow. For the degree of Master of Arts in Modern and Contemporary Literature and Culture, Hannah Derbyshire. Samantha Hurley. Hayden Lowe. Natasha Lyons. Alex Thompson. For the degree of Master of Arts in Poetry and Poetics, Freya Jackson. For the degree of Master of Arts in Renaissance Literature, 1500 to 1700, Laura Jane Atkin. For the degree of Master of Arts in Victorian Literature and Culture, Hayley Braithwaite. Helena Marshall. Katie Ray. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English, Samuel Baker. Luke Denhart. Claire Duveau. Ella Rain Bordoli. Louis Stride. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and History, Sophie Rowe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ensemble Anonimi will perform Smile by Charlie Chaplin, followed by And I Lived by One Republic.
take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. I hope that you fall in love and it hurts all right. The only way you can know, you give it all you have. I hope that you don't suffer but take the pain. I hope when the morning comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places and things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. And I hope that you spend your days and they all add up. And when the sun goes down, I hope you raise your cup. I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until the moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places and things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in History, for research in the spread of Marxism in early 20th century China, Zhu Zhao. For the degree of Master of Arts by Research in History, Rosalind Stockeld. For the degree of Master of Arts in Contemporary History and International Politics, Robert Hanson. Alexander Ives. Catherine Mesher. Thomas Ward. For the degree of Master of Arts in Early Modern History, Andrew Bayliss. Adam Brunskill, Amy Coe, Silje Helen Dahl, Sarah Davies, Callum Evans, Poppy Freeman Querden, Sarah Murray, Henry Prime, Hannah Pringle. For the degree of Master of Arts in Medical History and Humanities, Jamie Chatfield. Catherine Peat. For the degree of Master of Arts in Medieval History, Alexandra Berry. Becky Bleeden. Matthew Doughty. Charlie Finn. Alice Gabansky O'Connor. James Kernan. Oliver McDougall. James Malzard. Sarah McKegney. Emma Catherine Smart. Paul Street. Lois Young. For the degree of Master of Arts in Modern History, George Bradley. Isabel Clough. Mark Curran. Henry Furman. Zoe MacDonald. Matthew Mercer. Jalida Nula. Francis Overton Eccles. Matthew Rudd. Robert Simpson. Sophie Whiteman. For the degree of Master of Arts in Public History, Catherine Arnott. Emily Atkin. Sarah Charlton. Charlotte Coyne. Tegwen Hammersley. Harriet Jackson. Emma Kenny. Bethany Lethley. Rachel McGlone. Chloe Skinner. Anna Sutcliffe. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History, Violet Daniels. Tom Farrell.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in History of Art, for research in the St Cuthbert window at York Minster, Catherine Harrison. For research in Together as Kids, Downtown New York after 9/11, Grace Linden. For the degree of Master of Arts by Research in History of Art, Peter Wells. For the degree of Master of Arts in History of Art, Lucy Booth. Pamela Chaplin. Julie Cross. Lydia Farrer.
Ella Flavel, Isabella Galdoni, Megan Hobson, Alison Lai, Carla Patricia Loyola Cruz, Fernando Machado, Rose Pauling, Aikataruni Padiki, Adam Robinson, Megan Sullivan, Beckett Thornber. For the degree of Master of Arts in History of Art, Architectural History and Theory, Carter Jackson. For the degree of Master in Arts in History of Art, British Art, Kayla Ann Boland. Alexandra Smith. For the degree of Master of Arts in History of Art, Medieval Art and Medievalisms, Tamara Atkinson. Lauren Beck. Joseph Burton. Theala Cuppen. For the degree of Master of Arts in History of Art, Modern and Contemporary Art, Eduardo de Mayo. For the degree of Master of Arts in Stained Glass Conservation and Heritage Management, Rose Jolie. Eleanor Grana. Joanna Mollett. Matthew Nichols. Emily Price. Barbara Smith. Margot Steuerbaut. Carolina Fogel. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History of Art, Julia Tenhover.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Law, for Research in Social Landlords' Control of Antisocial Behaviour, Lee Roberts. For the degree of Master of Laws in Art Law, Verity Orla Gardner. Charlotte Gear. Rhianne Roberts. For the degree of Master of Laws in International Corporate Governance and Commercial Law, Rebecca Carr. For the degree of Master of Laws in International Corporate and Commercial Law, Dilys Adiko. Jun Cheng Bi. Zachary Black. Vi Bui. Laura Camilleri. Jiang Yang Chen. Sebastian Meyer. Kendra Vogt. For the degree of Master of Laws in International Human Rights Law and Practice, Manuela Atto. Abisola Ayo. Nadine Barros de Silva Parr. Lauren Blummel. Dominic Ehlert. Ankita Goswami. Isabel Hampson. Evie Humberstone. Peter Hutton. Sophie Lowe. Sarah McCloskey. Demi Morrison-Passios. And Rose Watson. For the degree of Master of Laws in Law, Toma Bennett. Corey Brazel. Yara Dahab. Yibing Lee. Roman Nasibulan. And Lucy Overton. For the degree of Master of Laws in Legal and Political Theory, Zaki Kaf Al-Ghazal. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law, Hayat Ahmed. Greg Ball. Alicia Bingham. Adam Nichol. Harry Schofield. Georgina Stocker-Smith. Nicola Wetton. And Melissa Williams. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law with a year abroad, Millie Cheng.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Medieval Studies for research in history and reform in the works of Orderic Vitalis, Tom Powles. For the degree of Master of Arts in Medieval Studies, William Brooke. Ariana Dalla Costa. Sarah Dan. Samuel Henry Day. Henry Gagan. Harriet Heaton. Stephen Hughes. George Luff. Thomas Mann. Georgia Pascal. Molly Proud. Karen Sire-Raven. Emily Spain. Catherine Spreadborough. Poppy Tester. Sophie Williams.
Vice-Chancellor, this is one of the more unusual ways I've found of discovering for yourself quite how disruptive it can be to have a one-day-old baby, and quite how much they're worth it. Very warm congratulations. It is my honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English, Alexandra Olivia Tyler.
It is my enormous pleasure to introduce Victoria Roffey, our student orator who will speak on behalf of the class of 2020. Our student orators have been invited to speak in recognition of their hard work on behalf of the student community and commitment to their studies. Our speakers have both pursued the most enriching experience they could during their time at York, as well as giving back to their community. On behalf of the class of 2020, I give you Victoria Roffey.
Fellow graduates, it's an honour to speak here today. I'll be honest, I'm actually graduating this afternoon, but I had the pleasure of spending my undergraduate degree in the Department of English. And I'll be honest about another thing. Graduating today isn't something I ever thought I would achieve, something I'm sure many of you can understand. We've all had individual journeys through our studies, undergraduate and postgraduate, but a sincere passion for our area of study, a lot of late nights, and the support of those around us have seen us through. We all undertook our degree programmes, hoping to never need to rely on other people to push us forward, that nothing would ever stifle our academic progress. But when things do go wrong, it's important to have someone there to cushion the fall. As I said, I've had the privilege of studying both my bachelor and master's degrees at York, but it's not been without its challenges. In my third year, I experienced what quite possibly could be called every student's worst nightmare. I lost my dissertation on hand-in day. The following days were something of a blur, but my housemates, my dissertation supervisor Adam Kelly, and York's IT department held my life together as I felt like it was falling apart and found a way for me to redo my dissertation, and I graduated that summer. I'd never really been one to seek out support when I was struggling, but that event, as I reflected on it, made me realise how different my life would be had York not been there to pick me up while I increasingly closed myself off to the help of those around me. After graduating, I resolved to return to complete a master's degree at York, with a new understanding that it would not be possible to achieve this goal as a solitary individual. The Applied Human Rights cohort of 2018-2019 definitely proved this to be true. We spent 2 weeks working together in Cape Town in informal settlements in very challenging circumstances, and on the night of our dissertation hand-in, our group chat was popping off with Instagram messages. Our shared passion for human rights really built a unique support community. This community that I found in my master's degree at York really reminded me of something my mum, a former employee of the university, told me when I first considered applying to York in 2014. She told me that there was something different about the students at York, that they want to succeed, but they want other people to succeed alongside them. In that vein, I'd have to say thank you to my mum for letting me move back home when I called her in the middle of a panic attack 2 weeks before my dissertation deadline this year. My dad, my partner Max for picking up my late night calls, and of course the US office for always being there when I needed a break from my dissertation. As we move on from our postgraduate and undergraduate studies at York, be it to work or further study, we mustn't lose sight of the people that have supported us through both the good times and the bad. Those people might be known to you now, or make themselves known during moments of crisis. But either way, our successes are an extension of those around us. In that vein, we need to appreciate what an achievement it is that we're all sat here today. And as we go forward, realise that the people sat in this room with you today are best placed to support you through the good times and the bad as we reach for everything we aim to achieve. Thank you very much.
Vice-Chancellor and President, it is a privilege and a pleasure to present to you our honorary graduand, Dame Jill Black, also known as Lady Black of Derwent, Justice of the Supreme Court. Just over 100 years ago, the Sex Disqualification Removal Act of 1919 was passed. This act enabled women, finally, to enter the legal profession and to become solicitors, barristers, even jurors for the first time. Over the past 100 years, the pace of change in the higher reaches of the profession cannot be said to have been fast, although some say that it has finally achieved momentum. By the time the House of Lords was dissolved and replaced by the Supreme Court in 2009, 90 years in from the Act, only one woman had ever served as a House of Lords judge. Very shortly before the centenary of the 29 legislation, in 2017, Dame Jill Black became only the second woman to serve in the highest court of the United Kingdom. And she remains one of only 3 women to have entered the ranks of Supreme Court justices. It is delightful that the first 2 of these have spent periods as academic lawyers. It's even more delightful that North Yorkshire can call itself home to both of them. Progress, and perhaps a sense of continuity, is symbolised by the Judicial Robes event that marked the centenary of the 1919 Act last autumn. The robes were first worn by Elizabeth Lane, who in 1965 became the first female High Court judge. By her retirement in 1979, 14 years later, there had only been 3 female High Court judges. The robes were passed to the third, Margaret Booth, appointed that year. When she in turn retired, the robes were passed to Brenda Hale, appointed to the High Court in 1994. Her trajectory has been a breakthrough, ultimately to be President of the Supreme Court. And it was on Brenda Hale's departure to the Court of Appeal in 1999, the robes passed to our graduand, Lady Black, as this was the year of her appointment to the High Court. The journey of the robes is a symbolic expression of what has been achieved by the trailblazers who wore them. Lady Black herself was the daughter of 2 medical doctors. She was educated at Penrose College, Colwyn Bay, and was inspired to study law, which she did at the University of Durham. There was no York Law School, of course, at this point. She was called to the bar at Inner Temple in 1976, taking up a tenancy in Leeds. At this point, and a move that is different from the traditional, i.e. male norm, she took a break from the bar. But she did not take a break from the law. She became a teacher of law in Leeds, both to undergraduate law students and to students studying for solicitors' finals, producing a textbook on family law, which is now in its 10th edition and still widely used. Her return to the bar was also in Leeds. She chose family law and intended to work part-time, leaving more space for home life. Her skills were clearly too compelling. They were in demand, and she was appointed a QC in 1994. Lady Black's judicial career began in earnest in 1999 when she was appointed a recorder. Later the same year, she was made a Justice of the High Court, assigned to the Family Division. She served as Family Division Liaison Judge for the Northern Circuit from 2000 to 2004 and joined the Judicial Appointments Commission in 2008. In that role, she's endorsed the need to support and encourage those who are least likely to put themselves forward as a necessary route to greater diversity in the judiciary. As a member of the JAC, Lady Black has been part of an important movement for change which has seen results. There are now 8 women serving as Court of Appeal justices. As an experienced family law judge, Lady Black has emphasised not only the hard law that is involved in even the most socially sensitive areas, but also the role played by context within the law, and the fact that law should really be there to help the parties to resolve the problems that have brought them to court. Perhaps it's fitting then that perhaps her most high-profile judgment since joining the Supreme Court was delivered in the case of an NHS Trust against Y in 2018, with the unanimous agreement of her fellow justices. The case dealt with the important question of whether a court order must always be sought in order to withdraw clinically assisted nutrition and hydration to patients in persistent vegetative and analogous states. After a clear and long examination of the legal sources, Lady Black concluded that this was not the law and that decisions could be made without recourse to a court should the medical team and the family and carers of the patient agree. The involvement of the official solicitor in this case, arguing in favour of the safeguard of court orders being maintained, indicates the sensitivity and the public importance of the decision. Lady Black's judgment extended to consider the wider setting, reviewing the different context of early decisions in the field and touching on the relative expertise of courts and medical teams, as well as the impact on the ordinary people, the families, of delay and the distress that may be associated with legal process. The decision was bound to be widely reported, and the approach shows a quietly contextual approach to issues of real sensitivity, not forgetting, of course, the role of the hard law. Vice-Chancellor and President, Lady Black's career and her role as one of the UK's most senior lawyers is an inspiration for today's students and faculty members, and it is with great pleasure that I present Lady Black for the degree of Doctor of the University Honoris Causa.
Through the powers vested in me by the University of York, I have great pleasure in conferring upon you the degree of Doctor of the University Honoris Causa.
Well, thank you all, but Vice-Chancellor, I want first to thank the university for the great honour that it's done to me today. It is a very special pleasure to be recognised in this way because, as you've heard, York is my home city. And indeed, I used to bring my children, when they were small, to enjoy a walk around the lake right here on your university campus. I've attended here on other degree days, but I never dreamed that I would be receiving an honorary degree here myself one day. It's wonderful to have my link with the university confirmed in this way. Today is not about me, though. It's about those of you who are taking your degrees at the end of your courses. It's the gratifying result of all the hard work that you and your families have put into the project. You need to be proud of your success, and there will be many more triumphs to come, I'm sure. I just wanted to give you a thought for the times, I hope there are not too many, when life is a bit more troublesome than it is today. Successful people don't tend to talk about the rough patches in their careers, but actually there must be very few people who've made their way to the top without the occasional setback or disaster. I think it helps to keep that in mind. Certainly, my working life has been more of a game of snakes and ladders than a smooth journey from A to B on a pre-planned route. I've just muddled through, and I'm pretty certain that I'm not alone in that. I think what matters is how we deal with life's setbacks. I want to suggest that, in fact, they can be very useful. They teach us things about ourselves, and they fortify us for future challenges. And they can also present unexpected opportunities. For example, you might not get precisely the job you wanted or planned to get, but what you do instead may turn out to be even better. Looking at things this way means that you don't waste time on regret or resentment. You can get on and make the best of the new opportunity. Well, that's the theory. I am actually still muddling through, but I'm learning all the time. And actually, I'm not sure why I bothered to put together what I was going to say today, because when I heard the choir with the first of their two songs, it seemed to me that they had said precisely what I wanted to say. Whatever life throws at you, smile. Thank you all very much.
Members of Council, graduates, guests and colleagues, this speech will conclude the graduation ceremony. Graduation ceremonies are perhaps the most special part of my job. They mark the creativity, the energy, the passion and the sheer hard work that you, our graduates, have put into your studies. I've just had the privilege of being the first person to congratulate each graduand as they became a graduate. And I can now be the first person too to tell you how proud the university is of you. And I'm sure your supporters, family and friends agree. So I ask them, along with my colleagues, to applaud the hard work and achievement of you, our new graduates, including, of course, our honorary graduate, Lady Black of Derwent. Well done. The University of York is a special university. It's really very good. It's less than 60 years old, already regarded as one of the UK's best, and with an outstanding reputation worldwide. All the measures we routinely use on quality of teaching, excellence of research, prospects of graduates, impact on our economy, all confirm that strength, that reputation, that quality. But there's more to it than that. That quality is underpinned by powerful values. Our founders set up the university for public good. Our students were not just to be technically proficient in their fields, but also to be able to apply their learning for social benefit, both in the UK, but also, and this was the language they used at that time, back in the early 1960s, as citizens of the world. We were to care, I quote, more than almost anything else about opening up access to our university to those who had previously not had the opportunity. And our research was intended not just but also to apply that knowledge with and through its students for, I quote again, the amelioration of human life and conditions, or, in other words, for public good. What do those values mean for you, our graduates? Well, they bring to mind a conversation I had a while ago with a group of leading figures from across the public and private sectors. The conversation was about what qualities they felt our graduates should have in an era of rapid technological change. The consensus was that while technical skills to work with those new technologies were important, they were in the end temporary, because technology will move on, and therefore secondary. What was more important was the ability to adapt, to apply critical thinking to new challenges, to collaborate, to be comfortable in different settings, public or private sector, in different places, different countries. What we want from your graduates, one of them summed up, is wisdom. Wisdom, the ability to think. Do not graduate only with proficiency in your subjects. You graduate also with the building blocks of that wisdom. You are, as the motto at the bottom of the university crest up there suggests, at the threshold of wisdom. You graduate from a university which brings together students from a wide array of academic disciplines, all with their eye on the public good that their knowledge can contribute to. As a result, you will have encountered different ways of understanding the world around us and what you can do to help it flourish in future. And you will have met fellow students from all over that world. Our students hail from over 140 countries. The university forms a truly global community. It's a meeting place for students, local and international, to exchange the ideas, experiences and values they bring with them from different parts of the world. Through that exchange, you, our graduates, are, as the Archbishop of York put it at the inauguration of the university back in 1963, citizens not only of York, not only of England or Great Britain, not only of Europe, but the world. That exchange between students from different places happens within the classroom, but also beyond it. We're fortunate through our students' unions to have the richest variety of student societies and activities of any university in the UK. We cater for pretty much any shared interest you could imagine. And many of those shared interests look outward to address challenges our society faces, whether through community volunteering in and around York, campaigning on the critical issues of our time, like climate change, or building international understanding. The breadth of perspective that comes from being part of such a multidisciplinary, global and socially committed community is an asset that you, our graduates, will take with you as you develop your careers, and it will also be an asset for the organisations you go on to work for. That breadth of perspective nurtures wisdom, and that in turn becomes your platform for public good. Of course, our academics, represented by those you see up here and others in the hall, have something to do with that wisdom. They work to discover the knowledge that helps us understand better the challenges that face us all around the environment, public health, inequality, our cultural heritage, ageing, creativity, artificial intelligence, genetics, energy, human rights, and much, much more. They devise and deliver courses in all sorts of innovative ways on the basis of world-leading expertise. Expertise. There are some who would say, we have had enough of experts. Well, we haven't. Our academics believe in the search for truth, the principled use of evidence, and the importance of sharing their knowledge and expertise for general benefit, for public good. I laud the passion with which they share that expertise with our students, the inspiration they give, but also the inspiration they in turn get from their students, including you who have graduated today. I laud also the contribution of other staff at the university for what they do in ensuring things run smoothly, whether it's organising the library, looking after university finances, managing our careers service, cleaning student bedrooms, or keeping our many, many geese more or less under control. So let me call on you, our graduates, to join me in applauding our outstanding staff and all that they've done to support you through your time here. I'd like now to say something about the family and friends supporting you in this hall today. I suspect that they may have helped you from time to time during your period here at the university, providing advice, companionship, the occasional shoulder to cry on, laundry services, and no doubt a little bit of money here and there. Graduates, in light of all that, would you please stand and turn to your family and friends in this hall and applaud them for their support? I wish all of our graduates success and happiness for the future. Please do keep in touch. As you crossed the platform earlier, you became members of the York Alumni Association. Through the Alumni Association, you can stay in touch, share experience and insight, help and support one another, and of course keep in touch with what's happening here in the university. One thing you'll hear about is York Unlimited, the campaign for the University of York. Some of you will have played a role this year in helping to shape and launch York Unlimited, raising the profile of and helping to support the issues we all care about, including widening access to university and building new knowledge about vital issues like mental health and well-being and global sustainability. And many of you have inspired, supported and helped raise significant funding for all these areas. Thank you, and do continue to help us further. Before I close, let me say that we really do look forward to hearing from you as you move into the next phase of your lives. We look forward to hearing about the ways in which you use the skills you've developed through your degrees, but also the wisdom that you have built through your wider experience here at York. We look forward to hearing about how you use that wisdom to build your own careers, but also to make your contribution to our founding principle, the amelioration of human life and conditions. We look forward to hearing about your contribution to the public good that is a special feature of being part of our community at the University of York. Thank you. Thank you very much. I declare this congregation closed. Please rise.